I found myself once more in the Nosgoth I knew. The carnage from battle was gone. Yet there was something amiss. From the distance, I heard cries, and a breeze from the south carried with it the faint odor of vampire blood. Twould seem the folly fell upon my own shoulders. With their sainted King William dead by my hand, the people of the land were consumed by a hunger all their own, for vampire blood. As I wandered about more, the shrieking and cheering became more apparent and defined. There was some sort of gathering to the south, for with each cheer I smelled an outpour of blood. I make no pretense to justify my killing, yet these vampire hunters would cloak their bloodlust beneath a veil of righteousness. Hypocrites! They would make themselves judge and jury. Very well then, let us see how they take to my role as executioner.
Would you be free of the plague if only one city was cleansed? No! Would you spare one wolf in the pack that has devastated your herd? No! Then let us destroy them all! Yeah! He is the last! Destroy him!
They victus! They victus! They victus! The people will not rest until Nosgoth is purged of your kind. I had been betrayed. In my haste, I had not realized it before. That sigil on his forehead, the Oracle of Nosgoth, was in fact the Time Streamer Moebius, and I had followed his advice. How much of my quest was of his design? Willendorf? The Battle of the Last Stand? William the Just? Was this the trap he had fashioned for me? We will send you back to the grave, whence you came, vampire. I have seen the future, Kain. You are not in it. Let us call upon the puppets from the past! From the present. They victus! And from ages yet to come. The heart of darkness. The heart of darkness. The axes. Flame sword. The axes.
Save Victor! Save Victor!
Ironic. By going back in time and altering the past, you turned William the Just into the Nemesis.
Aye, you have seen my plan, vampire, as I have seen your destiny. The future says you die.
But I am dead. As are you.
I knew that Moebius's hourglass was the focus of his time-streaming magic. Farewell, sorcerer. The sands of time have ceased to flow for you.
Well done, Kain. Moebius did so love playing the trickster's part. His guise as the Oracle served his schemes well. Pity with all his plots he failed to plan for you. Come to me, my undead son. Make haste to the pillars. The stage is set for the grand finale. You will have your vengeance.
The axes. Flame sword.
You betrayed us, Mortanius. You had Kain killed and turned him into a monster. You set him upon us.
It had to be. Napraptor's insanity poisoned all of our minds. The Circle had failed in its sworn duties. It had to be destroyed.
Failed our duties? Idiot! The Circle exists for us. We don't exist for it. Our powers will save or damn Nosgoth at our whim. Stand with us, Mortanius, or die.
Then I shall die.
If the Circle is to be destroyed, you have to die as well, Necromancer. I admire your cunning, but you will not escape your fate.
Nay, I will embrace it. But my death will leave one more to take, Princeling. Finish me! You thought yourself a king, when in fact you were a pawn. You have served me well, Kain.
I serve no one.
Indeed, such narrow vision. Don't you see? My silencing of Ariel and its calculated repercussions is but the first act in my theater of Grand Guignol, of which you are the tragic hero. Play on, little vampire. Play on.
Fey Victus!
Anarcrothe's magic was contained within the metal of the scales and would eventually be released back into the pillar from whence it came. The scales of Anarcrothe I lay before the pillar of states. The pillar accepted its offering. Thus, it was restored. The death orb of Mortanius had given the necromancer dominion over the grave. I had thought him the last of the circle, and yet he spoke of another. Before the pillar of death, I lay the orb of Mortanius. The pillar accepted its offering. Thus, it was restored.
May Victus! May Victus! Hey, Victor! Hey, Victor! Hey, Victor! Hey, Victor!
I am the last pillar, the only survivor of the Circle of Nine. At my whim, the world will be healed or damned. At my whim.
In his life, he was unknown, a petty noble. In death, he was unknown. Yet by choosing oblivion, he restored balance to the land. Shades cast no shadows.
Okay, everyone, that was Legacy of Kain Blood Omen. There are two endings to this game. The one that just played now was the quote-unquote good ending where Kain sacrificed himself to restore Nosgoth and whatnot. One thing that is good about emulators is that I can kind of play a bit back to the final save and just, pick the other ending, which is actually the canon ending per se. So I could definitely say the game that Blood Omen so far played like a Legend of Zelda clone, pretty much. And, for a game being made in 1996, the FMVs were pretty cool, whatnot, with the technology that they had. There were like a lot of spells and stuff you could use in the game, but I definitely felt like if it got remade in 3D though, definitely an overhaul on the system of choosing it in mid-battle, stuff like that, instead of just going to a separate screen might be best, honestly, though. Maybe like have it be kind of like Witcher 3, which, I do have that game though, but I have never played any of the Witcher's games a bit. I do have the first one and the second, but I just have not sat down and gone through them yet, because those games are kind of long. But yeah, Blood Omen is definitely the beginning of the unfortunate legacy of Kain. But it was fun playing through the game again and just learning about some of the new trophies and stuff like that. One involving that ship. There are a lot of secrets you can get, but 2 of them I did not get, mostly because I had to wait till a full moon to get to it, and I'm just like, I'm not waiting around for it. I'm just going to finish the game and be done with it. Yeah, I'm going to stop by here and just wait for the credits to end, and I'll show you the quote-unquote canon ending.
Brave Victor! 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 Brave Victor!
I am the last pillar, the only survivor of the Circle of Nine. At my whim, the world will be healed or damned. At my whim. Once I embraced my powers, I realized that Vorador was correct. We are gods. Dark gods. And it is our duty to thin the herd.
Okay, that was the other ending, and pretty much sets up Soul Weaver. So going a little bit of the history here was Crystal Dynamic and I think Silicon were kind of making a Legacy of Kain 2 game, but somehow Silicon Knight did not like the fact that Crystal Dynamics were making one, or at least having it be a true sequel per se. But they ended up, and they went to court, and somehow the publisher sided with Crystal Dynamics, and Silicon Knight lost the rights to it. I think how it went. I mean, I don't know how re-releases work per se, but yeah, Legacy of Kain does have a lot of good. I would say it definitely is a more dungeon crawler in a way, and definitely pretty old sprite based and whatnot. But I definitely would love to see the game get a 3D remaster per se, just remake actually. Remake it from the ground up though, add some new stuff there, so that. But there were like some things I don't remember happening the first time I played the game. Such as finding like the little covenant room in like the church and reading it about some kind of Lovecraftian entity per se. I don't remember finding that the first time I played the game in 2020, but well, it was nice seeing that. The game definitely do time paradoxes, which of course created a somewhat timeline where Kain ended up in where he is the only vampire left per se. Then he slaughtered the vampire hunters and free his vampire army. And yeah, I would say that definitely using the PlayStation Rewind feature definitely probably helped me cheat in the game a bit, because okay, I'm taking too much damage though, I can rewind back a bit and just start using try different strategy. I mean, that kind of the ones that I like about the emulators is that honestly you can just go back there and kind of save yourself in a way. It's cheating, but not really per se. I definitely had to met with the visual presets a bit, because on my TV screen, like some areas just appeared dark per se, and I had to fumble around with it for a bit to try to figure out what was going on. But yeah, I did have a similar moment of that happening in Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver 1 and 2 remasters as well. Those games just kept they kind of just kept spiraling for me. It's they get dark in one area and then they'll find another. It's a bit annoying. And Bloodborne 2, which I did play on PS4, PS5, it worked pretty much okay, but I did have a little bit of problem with my controller. There were some drifts happening per se, and well, given the fact that it was just porting the PS2 to PS4 hardware, it kind of makes sense of why it kind of seems a little rough while playing it. But yeah, it was an early PS2 game. I think it came out in 2022, stuff like that. But yeah, in the next few days, September will be the second half of Kingdom Hearts. On Labor Day, a good surprise for everyone would be an entire playthrough of Time Splitters, the game that would involve a whole bunch of people traveling through time, grabbing artifacts, and game at the pool kind of thing. It's the first one, not the second one or third. I will play those when I get to them. And the first Soul Reaver game, and along with some Final Fantasy 15. I know, I thought I could probably get it done, get Final Fantasy 15 done though in the summer, but unfortunately we're going a little bit over the limit. But anyways, there were some other games that we were going to start, but unfortunately I'm going to have to hold back on them for right now. But yeah, Legacy of Kain, OMEN. I honestly will give it a a 4 out of 5, honestly. I mean, the writing is pretty good. The gameplay can be a bit repetitive per se, but I can definitely say if you enjoy, very old school games, this is definitely one I recommend playing. I'm going to stop now and let you all enjoy some more content on my show, on my channel. Bye.